care how crazy I look. But this is no longer like labor delivery vlog or anything. But this is like postpartum update. I'm back in the hospital. So we left the hospital on Tuesday. Like Tuesday around 4. I was home Tuesday night. Tuesday night was rough. Like, my body was in so much pain. Sorry. The TV is on. Tuesday night was so rough. Not just because first 24 hours with a newborn, but because my body was in so much pain and it was so tired. And I'm also sick. Like I spent 5 days, fighting the high blood pressure and sorry, I'm just really tired. And Aiden was cluster feeding and all of these things. So I had a rough first night at home. I woke up, that morning, I took medication. I was able to get like 2 hours of sleep. I slept throughout the beginning of the day. By the middle of the day, I was able to eat my meals. So I thought I was progressing. Like, I was able to eat meals. I was able to watch TV, get up a little better on my own without everybody's help in my house. Mind you, I was nowhere near this condition in the hospital. And I guess that's because I was under anesthesia, I had medication, but I was way more independent in the hospital. It was like I got home and I regressed. Now this has nothing to do with the hospital, with my doctors, no, nothing like that. It's just that's what happened. Like, the anesthesia wore off and it hit me like bricks. So around 9 p.m. Wednesday night, my husband helped me shower, and then I was like, I don't feel well. I want to lay down. Like, can you put me to bed? I don't feel good. And he put me to bed, and I noticed how I felt. Like, my vision was hazy. What else? Like, my vision was blurry. I had a headache. I felt dizzy. I felt drunk. I felt weak. Pressure in my chest. So I took my blood pressure because I know it could be my blood pressure. Like, that's the last thing that made me sick. So I checked my blood pressure, and my blood pressures were really high. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to take my high blood pressure medicine because they sent me home with that, of course. Anyway, so I should take my medicine. It should get better. By after 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I felt more pain in my chest, like pressure in my chest. And still the same things, like my vision, blurry, mild headache, all of that. So I told my mom, I told my mother. My mom called me and she said, set up an urgent care. So I did an urgent care at 3 a.m. with my hospital. Did an urgent care call. He told me, all right, you're going to take your high blood pressure medicine more often than you do already. All right, boom. But call your OBGYN in the morning. They may want you to come in regardless to get checked or whatever. So I did that. I called my OBGYN in the morning, and they did tell me to come back. So I came back to labor and delivery, to triage, to get checked. Guess who still has preeclampsia? Guess who has severe preeclampsia postpartum? Me. But I still had this pain in my chest. So they were like, it could be the preeclampsia, but you also just had a C-section, your surgery. So clotting is known post-surgery. um, both pregnancy, all of that, and despite me being on blood thinners, I could still have a clot. And so they were like, we don't want you to have a potential clot in your lungs, and we don't check, so we're going to check it anyway. So I had a CAT scan done. That was interesting. The tech was very funny. Like, she told me stories and stuff like that. It was an interesting experience. But I had a CAT scan done on my chest. Those results came back. And my lungs, muscles in my lungs are collapsed. So that's why I feel pressure in my chest. That's why I feel like I can't breathe. And so now I have this exercise. That I'm supposed to do. This is not the only thing that's going to be done, but I definitely have to practice this. Where I try to blow air and get it to here while keeping it in a specific range on this side. You see that blue bar? So I got to do that. Yeah, y'all, I'm sick. Like, preeclampsia, left the hospital, good numbers, everything felt good. I was smiling. I have it on footage. Only thing I had was normal post-op pain from my surgery. Got home, spent the day home. Preeclampsia came right back. And it came back worse. And now I got another issue. So I'm on magnesium. I've been on magnesium since they admitted me, whether they found out I have preeclampsia or not. They were like, we're treating you like you have preeclampsia before we get your results. And I gotta be on that for up to 24 hours. So around after 2, they'll probably take me off the magnesium. But I still have my chest issues to be figured out. So, my lung issues and chest issues, because I'm still having the chest pains, and they're like, we want to do an ultrasound of your heart. So I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I know I already had a crying moment, emotional moment on my. I don't know if I'm gonna put this on the same vlog, but on my labor and delivery vlog, I know you guys saw me cry about being separated from Aiden. Mind you, Aiden is doing great. He had his doctor's appointment yesterday. I missed it because I was here, but his daddy took him, and he's doing great. But I just miss my babies so much. I miss both my babies. I miss both my babies so much. And it's like Aiden and I have been getting separated since he came out the womb. First he wasn't breathing, so he had to go to the NICU, and he had to get antibody treatment and all this other stuff. And so he spent 2 days in the NICU, and I visited him, but we were not together for 24 hours. And then I finally go home. In our first 24 hours, I get I'm sick again, and now I'm back in the hospital, and I spent another night without him. And it's just I know I'm gonna get to him. I know he's not gonna remember. I know we're still gonna bond. He's not getting disconnected. I've been breast pumping. My mom has been picking up my milk. To give to him, but this is just. It's a lot. And it's not how I imagined it at all. And I just miss him a lot, which is granted. I think any mom would. But I just want to get better, and I just want to go home. And my doctor came in, and I don't want to lie about my chest, because that's my chest, that's my heart, my lungs, and I have 2 sons. I have to be healthy. But I don't want anything to keep me here any longer, and I want to see my baby. I want my baby. And I want to see my toddler. I want to see a mirror, and I just want to be home with them. It's just really hard, guys. It's really hard. And I got sick both pregnancies, and it just makes me feel like I don't want to do this again. I don't. I was sick this entire pregnancy. I was sick this entire pregnancy. I got pregnant in February, probably late March, early April. I got COVID. I finished COVID. Then I felt so drained, tired. Found out I am still. Found out I'm severely anemic. So I had severe anemia, and I felt it all through my body. So I felt weak and lifeless most of my pregnancy. I felt tired, lazy, drowsy. And this time around, we did everything to prevent preeclampsia, to prevent high blood pressure. And I did not have it. I didn't have it the whole pregnancy. And then in the labor, my protein spikes in my urine, and my blood pressure starts rising. In the actual labor, the actual moment of birthing my baby, my body fails me. That's what I feel like. If I'm being transparent, it didn't fail me because my son is here, and I'm alive. I don't want to sound that. But going through getting sick twice, going through a C-section twice that I did not want, but because of the sake of my life and my children's life, so discouraging to continue to have kids at this point. So I think sumo sushi, which is what I call Aiden, I think my sumo sushi is it. Because I was even scared this whole pregnancy. I spent this whole pregnancy afraid and trying to instill positivity into myself that was not there naturally. I was afraid to die in labor. I was afraid to get sick again. I was afraid of so much stuff. Just so much stuff. This is a very transparent video. Yeah, guys, sorry. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, it's transparent as hell, but people need to know. You guys need to know. Let me tell you, I have good health. When I'm not pregnant, I'm not sick. get sick like that. Ow. Sorry. Having cramping. But that's normal. This is normal. My uterus is just shrinking. Oh. And I haven't had pain meds in hours. I use my channel to be transparent with you all, to talk to you all, to inform you all about things that I know about and things that are helpful to me. The black young girls, ladies watching me that are pregnant or do intend to get pregnant, and this is a disclaimer. This is not saying don't get pregnant. I love carrying my sons, despite what mud it dragged me through health-wise. I loved it. I thank God for the opportunity to create life, to build a human with my body. So please, I am not saying anything about pregnancy or getting pregnant. I am just making you aware of things that are important to be aware of, that as black women, we do not get informed of until it happens to us. So that is what I'm doing right now. I love doing this. I love being pregnant. It makes me feel pretty. It makes me feel like my body's powerful. It makes me feel like a woman. Okay, I'm just one of those people. Some people don't think that having babies, and creating life and procreating has to do with, sorry, I have tears on my glasses, has to do with their sense of femininity. Does for me. So it's just the truth. In healthcare, we're not informed. We're not taught just off of just telling us because it's something to know, unless we go research it ourselves, right? That's just how it is for black women. But it's improving. It's trying to get somewhere, but that's how it is. I just keep crying, and I just keep having nurses going in and out of my room. And I just noticed I did half this video, and there was a brand right here. So I don't know if that's allowed, but as black women, we are uninformed, especially just when it comes to our ovaries and babies and shit like that. Excuse my language. And they just don't tell us, okay? Our breasts, everything, they don't tell us. So I'm going to tell you, being an African American woman, being a young African American woman, puts you at risk, higher risk, for things like preeclampsia that I've experienced in both of my pregnancies. I do not have a health history of high blood pressure. When I'm not pregnant, I do not have high blood pressure. I do not have high blood sugar, diabetes, nothing. I do not have heart problems. I don't have anything. I only have allergies and asthma, okay? During my pregnancies, I am not scarfing down salt. I'm not scarfing down a whole bunch of sugar and junk. I am not doing that. Even if it has nothing to do with, it can be caused by that, but know that you can do everything right and still get it, simply just because you are African American. I don't know what it is with the genetic makeup, but there's just things that different demographics get more than others. It's the same, so it has nothing to do with being racist or anything. No, it's just that African American women in numbers have a higher risk. They have shown to experience this more than women of other races, ethnicities. So I want to let y'all know, so when you do get pregnant, ask your doctors, ask your OBGYNs. I did not know. I got pregnant for the first time at 21. Okay, so I did not go in there as a 28, 30-year-old woman. And even, it doesn't even matter your age, because if you're uneducated about something, you're not expected to know about it. If you're not a health professional, you're not expected to know all of the diseases and health issues that can occur in pregnancy until the first time you're pregnant. You're just not expected to just know that off the top of your head. But especially as a 21-year-old, pregnant, I wasn't going in there like, so tell me about high blood pressure and hypertension and protein in my urine so I can avoid it, you know? But even when I tried to avoid it and knew about it this pregnancy, I took baby aspirin every day. I took calcium. Checked my blood pressure often. Went to the doctor's appointments. Didn't have it. And still got it in labor. Okay? So it's just a thing, you know? It's just a thing. So I just want you to be sure. Whatever it is, if it's about children, having babies, or just simply going to your gynecologist, going to your primary care physician, ask questions. What am I at a higher risk for? I know when we think about getting pregnant, we don't want to even put our heads in the space of the scary things that can happen. Miscarriage, all that type of stuff. We don't want to think about that. You just found out you're pregnant. You want to celebrate, blah, blah, blah. So whenever you're comfortable, though, whether you get a book, I read Mama Natural. So in my first pregnancy, I did come across what preeclampsia was. I found it myself. I read it in Mama Natural. But I did not know I had it when I didn't get it until late term, and I didn't know I had it because I didn't have much symptoms. But I did know what preeclampsia was when they told me about preeclampsia. But still, I'm saying, educate yourself. Don't wait for anybody to educate you. Educate yourself. Because that's what will save your life. That's what saved my life yesterday. Because I educated myself, I knew what signs to look out for, and I reached out, and I brought my ass to the hospital, and I said, no, I need to be seen. Not that I was being denied care, not that my care physicians are not, my OBs and who takes care of me is not checking in on me and stuff, because they're amazing. This team here at NYU, I could cry. I'm going to cry. They're amazing. Like, through my labor, through everything, they're great, okay? So it's not them, but just educate yourself, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a male that's watching this, get your prostates checked. Black men who are 20, now 21 or 26, 30s, going into your 40s, get your colonoscopies. Take care of yourself. Be aware of the things that attack us, our skin, what affects us. All of our bodies are different. All of our systems are different. Know your family health history. Know things like that. Because, you want to know that when you're family planning and you're planning for different stages of your life, because you can plan children, you can plan all of this stuff, you want to make sure you know how it's going to work for you, how it's going to fit your body, how it's going to impact you. So that's my advice. And that is what's going on with me at the moment. Despite me feeling sad about being separated from my babies and about some things not turning out how I envisioned, I overall am blessed, and I'm very thankful, and I'm grateful, and I know I'm covered by God, because every time I end up in a situation like this, there's a thin line, and I've always ended up on that side of the line that wakes up the next morning. So I don't even know what I'm going to call this video or how I'm going to describe what this video is. But thank you just for listening. If you do put positive words under and you say nice things, I really do appreciate it in this time. You know, I'm really trying to be very blunt with myself, very honest with myself about where I am with my anxiety, where I am with my emotions, because postpartum is real. So, and I'm trying to avoid postpartum as much as I can. But I'm going through some heavy stuff. I'm cramping, like, yeah. I'm going through some heavy stuff. So I'm just trying to be mindful of my mental health. You should do that too. But when I get back, I'm hoping that it's to tell you guys that I am going home, because Sumo Sushi, Aiden, is 1 week tomorrow. I don't want to miss it. I want to be home. So my hopes are to go home today or go home early enough tomorrow before 12 a.m. so that I can celebrate my son's 7-day-old milestone.